Hello, I'm Adrian Clarke and welcome along to my brand new YouTube channel. I've been meaning to do this for a long time and finally I've got around to it. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe and tell your friends if you enjoy the show. A little bit about me, I guess, first of all. I used to be a footballer. There's my shirt there at number 29. I went through the Arsenal Academy. Got into the first team, managed to play 9 times for the first team, and then I played for various teams professionally and semi-professionally. Went to Southend United, Stevenage, Margate, and Welling United, and for more than 20 years now, I've also been a football journalist and broadcaster. So you might have read my stuff on the Premier League website. I've been writing for them for a long time. I'm on TalkSport. I work for Arsenal as well. Sky Sports on co-commentaries, The Athletic as well. So lots and lots of different clients. Today, I'm going to keep things nice and simple. I want to try a few different things over the weeks and months to come in terms of different types of content. But I want to keep it nice and simple today because earlier on, I co-commentated on Arsenal's first pre-season match. They're over in Singapore at the moment. They took on AC Milan. They won the game by 1-0. And I want to tell you my observations of what happened in the game and who shone the brightest. I'll start with the new faces, if you don't mind. And the one that really stands out, probably the one that we wanted to look at in terms of Arsenal's new signings, was Martin Zubimendi. Comes with a great reputation, and he played the second half in central midfield at number 6, and I thought he was absolutely outstanding. What really stood out about Zubimendi was the quickness of his passing and the progressive nature of it as well. Every time he got the ball, he was looking to fizz it in between the lines to one of the forwards, or if not, he'd go diagonally out to one of the wide players. But there was always quality on the pass. He made 2 or 3 absolute beauties. There was a through ball for Reece Nelson later on that was terrific. He slipped a really clever through ball with the outside of his foot into Leandro Trossard as well, inside the box. Off the ball as well, he tied it up a couple of times, once inside his own box. And again on the halfway line, he read the game really nicely. I thought he was probably Arsenal's best player. I'd probably give him an 8.5, 9 out of 10. He did very little wrong. What also stood out to me about Zubimendi in the game is that he didn't just stay in front of the back four, not at all. If it was on to go and press high or to even make a run inside the box, he would go and do that. So I thought it was a really interesting debut, a quality debut from Martin Zubimendi. In the first half, playing that position was another debutant, Christian Norgard. He got off, say, to a slightly shaky start. He wasn't poor, but lost the ball a couple of times and was maybe struggling to get to grips to the pace of the game. But once he settled in, he was excellent. He was neat and tidy. Always wanted the ball. Didn't want to hide. Just give it to me. He moved it on nice and quickly. Some lovely early passes, one of which he squared for Ethan Nwaneri to have a shot as well. So I thought it was a steady debut, pretty promising. Again, his height, I think, will make a difference. We know that last year no one had more shots or efforts on goal from set pieces than Christian Norgard playing for Brentford. Well, he's an Arsenal player now, so you'd expect him to get on the end of a few corners and free kicks. That will come. But what stood out today when defending corners, up he got at the near post and he made 1 or 2 really good clearances. So, yeah, decent enough debut for him. Kepa came on in goal in the second half. And he didn't have a lot to do, if truth be told. Arsenal, it was pretty much one-way traffic. Arsenal were flying. But after they won the match, there was a post-match penalty shootout, as is often the way in these pre-season games. And he was brilliant in it. Absolutely superb. He made 3 saves, all diving quickly to his left-hand side. And we ended up losing the shootout, actually, 6-5. But he shone certainly in that and showed his athleticism. There were another couple of new faces as well. There was Marley Salmon at centre-half, 15 years of age. Unbelievable, really, isn't it? 15 years of age. He came on in the second half and he looked calm. He looked really comfortable with it, wanted the ball, passed it nicely. And I thought he can hold his head up really high. He did take a penalty in the shootout as well once it went beyond the initial 5 and he missed it. So he missed the crucial pen, but overall, I think you can be thrilled with how he handled the occasion. The other one, of course, is Max Dowman. Now, I know that a lot of Arsenal fans have been waiting a long time to see this boy. He's only 15, but he's a ridiculous talent, quite frankly. And he came on the right wing. Now, I think he's more of an Ødegaard type player, probably a number 10 naturally, but he's a left footer that came on the right hand side. And within, I think, 3 or 4 minutes, he dropped a shoulder, beat a couple of players, and fizzed a shot just wide. He'd made a great overlap, and I think he won a corner with that. And then on another occasion, he dropped a shoulder, beat his man. It was a beautiful touch and turn, and he got fouled on the edge of the box. He looks absolute class. And the thing that really struck me about Max Dowman in this game was the way he floats with the ball at his feet. He just has beautiful poise and balance. And I think the very best players just look smooth when they're in possession. They can go left, they can go right, use their footwork, use their body to just go past players. And he's got it. He's just got it. And his choice of pass as well was excellent. And in the shootout, he sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. A very, very good goalkeeper, by the way, who came on and had an absolute blinder. So look, it was a phenomenal debut, really. He did live up to the hype. It was very much a 7.5, 8 out of 10 for Max Dowman in the game. So look, all the new faces, I think, acquitted themselves really, really well. In terms of other standouts, really, I would say actually that Ben White and Bukayo Saka really caught the eye, particularly in the first half. Didn't play alongside each other very much, did they, last season? But they were excellent, working in tandem. I think Ben White slipped him in behind once. That was a fantastic pass. He overlapped on numerous occasions, and Saka slipped him in, as we saw, maybe not so much last season, but certainly the year before that. They seem to really enjoy playing next to each other. When Jurriën Timber, he's out injured at the moment, or he's not injured, they're just nursing him back slowly in terms of match fitness. With him missing, it was a good opportunity for Ben White to sort of lay down an early marker. And for me, he was probably second only to Martin Zubimendi in terms of impact. I thought he was excellent. There was another occasion where the ball goes into Kai Havertz and he makes a fantastic supporting run on the inside, gets it off him and breaks into the box. Ben White was excellent, as was the goal scorer, Bukayo Saka. Really good finish. Don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but Kivior whips a lovely left-footed cross towards the far post. And the magic of the goal from Saka's point of view is in his movement. So as the ball goes back to Kivior, the whole AC Milan defence come out. They squeeze up for offside. And just at the moment where they come out to play him offside, he makes a lovely little run. He times it to perfection. We've seen him do it on a number of occasions. I think he did it against PSG, didn't he? We've seen him do it so many times, Saka. On this occasion, he gets on the end of it and controls the finish quite superbly. I thought overall as well, he looked positive. He was beating players. An excellent start to pre-season for Bukayo Saka. We can talk about the number 10s. Both did really, really well, actually. Ethan Nwaneri started the game. What struck me about him in this game was that he stayed pretty central. Often Martin Ødegaard drifts to the right of centre and concentrates on that side. Well, Ethan didn't. He stayed really central. In fact, he moved left just as much as he did to the right-hand side, which is a point of difference between himself and Martin Ødegaard. So that was good, as were two moments of absolute magic. There was one time he gets towards the byline and he does a beautiful sort of spin and turn. I think they call it an around the world. I can't remember what they call it, the name. Somebody will tell me, no doubt, in the comments. But it was a brilliant piece of individual skill to leave his marker behind. That was superb. And then just a couple of minutes later, Norgard squares it to him. His first touch takes the ball in the air, but it sits up beautifully. And he strikes it left-footed on a half volley. It is a peach of a strike, an absolute pile driver, really. And the keeper full length tips it wide. It would have been a fantastic goal. So he didn't have a lot of the ball, Nwaneri, but those two moments really did catch the eye, and they got the fans out of their seats. On at half-time for him was the skipper, Martin Ødegaard, who's got competition for his place now. It's as simple as that. And he did rise to the occasion, I've got to say. He saw a lot more of the ball lot more than 1 year. He got it, he gave it, he got it, he gave it. He was always probing, worked hard, out of possession as well, tidied up a few things defensively. And the thing that really struck me about Odegaard in this game was his desire to get into the box. I've been sort of screaming at him for years. I'm sure a lot of Arsenal supporters have. Get in the box, score more goals, and at times he's frustrated us because he doesn't do it often enough. He's a brilliant player. He can finish. In this match, he tried to get into the box on numerous occasions. I think he got 2 good shots away. One was saved, one hit the side netting, but he looked a threat. So it's a good start to pre-season from Odegaard. Another standout is a guy maybe we didn't expect to see, and that's Reiss Nelson. Obviously on loan at Fulham last year, was injured for the second half of the season. We've not seen him for ages. He came on and had an absolute blinder. He's probably up there with White, really, and Saka in terms of being the next in line for player of the match. He was that good, actually, in his cameo. Beat his man down the outside a couple of times. He crossed one for Odegaard to have a shot. He ducked inside on another occasion and whipped a brilliant shot in at the near post, which the keeper did superbly to save. So Reiss Nelson, who knows whether he's going to stay at Arsenal long term or not, but he has just served up a reminder, I think, that he's still a very, very good player. And whether that's to impress Mikel Arteta or any clubs that might be interested in taking him on loan or permanently, I don't know. But I did think he had a really, really strong cameo performance. Can't really talk about everybody. I haven't got time on this particular occasion, but a couple more really. Havertz, obviously beefed up. Kai Havertz, he did look big and strong, I've got to say. Held it really well in the game. And there was one moment that really stood out to me, and it was a 50-50, and he smashed into the Milan player. He won the 50-50 with a clean tackle and then released, I think it was Martinelli for a counter-attack. That was superb. He didn't really have any clear-cut chances, but he looked strong. William Saliba as well. There was no Gabriel in this game, but he was the senior statesman, really. And there was twice that Rafael Leao sort of ran towards goal. I remember the second time was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, actually. Yeah, once it was Leao. The second time it was Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And Loftus-Cheek was flying towards goal and no one could catch him. But Saliba made this sort of 30, 40-yard diagonal recovery run to just snuff out the danger. It was absolutely superb, showed his class. And in the first half, did something similar to chase down Rafael Leao, who I think got slightly intimidated by Saliba and ended up not really doing a great deal. A couple of other things, really. Trossard looked really bright. He probably outshone Martinelli on the left when he came on in the second half. He had one 30-yarder that was tipped over. That was superb. And Mikel Merino, unlucky not to score from a corner, from a Declan Rice corner. Brilliant header, actually. Low to the keeper's left, and he makes a stunning save. So look, they're the individuals, I'd say, that caught the eye. I think everyone played pretty well. Josh Nichols came on right back, did ever so well. But those are probably the standout performers for me in the game. Look, it's Arsenal 1, AC Milan 0. Not the most exciting game, I guess. But if you look at some of the numbers, Arsenal had 23 shots. Milan had 3. That shows a level of dominance in terms of shots on target. It was 9 to Arsenal, just the 1 for Milan. And that was an easy save for Kepa in the second half. So, it was a slightly slow start, I'd say, from Arsenal, but from 15 minutes in, they dominated the game, and some of the combination play was excellent. So on we go, I guess, in terms of Arsenal's pre-season. They got Newcastle to come, Tottenham Hotspur as well on this tour when they move to Hong Kong. So that would be interesting in itself, those 2 games, and I would expect to maybe see the youngsters getting more and more action in those games before the team, I guess the first team, begins to take shape for Arsenal when they come back to North London, when they play Villarreal and Athletic Club Bilbao just before the start of the season. So that's it. That's my brief analysis of the first pre-season friendly. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try lots and lots of different types of content in the weeks and months to come, maybe even years. So keep a lookout for that. I'll be doing Q&As, interviews. I'll be doing stuff from the Emirates Stadium as well. So lots and lots of different things. It won't just be talking about Arsenal either. You know, I write a lot about the Premier League, so I'll be talking about Premier League stuff too, be giving you my opinion on big stories. There'll be bits of EFL as well. I'm passionate about the EFL, and I go to an awful lot of games covering that. So if there's anything interesting to talk about, I'm going to share it here on the channel as well. So yeah, I really appreciate you joining me. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good fun, I think, and I know that I'm lucky enough to have a lot of support from Arsenal fans in particular, early doors who have subscribed already. So please do like, subscribe, and tell your mates if you can to check out this channel. I'll be back soon. I'll see you then. Bye.